Hello, happy travelers.
We are in Arizona, surprise!
For the next week, we're gonna be doing an epic road trip through Arizona, trying to see as much of the state as we can.
This morning we flew into Phoenix, picked up our car and drove immediately south to Tucson, and now we're in Saguaro National Park. There are about 8 different types of cacti that could stick me right now, so I really want to make sure I'm staying on this path. Ouch! 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 It's about sunset time, so the light is nice and golden. It's not too cold. It's definitely giving Joshua Tree, but with an Arizona twist, because they've got these big saguaro cacti, which is what this is named for. There's no actual fee station. When you drive into Saguaro National Park, you have to stop at the visitor center and buy your pass, or you can just display your America the Beautiful pass if you have it, which we do. As we said, we're in Arizona for the next week, driving around with a brand new Chevy Blazer, which we'll tell you about later. This is sort of a combination, just exploration of the desert, and also Kevin is checking out some abandoned spots for his YouTube channel on abandoned places, which is one of his passion projects. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and check his channel out. And also we're gonna do some cool stuff like visiting some national parks and hopefully getting up to Sedona in a few days. Tucson is obviously very close to the Mexican border, so we figured we would find some really great Mexican food. Tucson did not disappoint. We're at this place called Taco El Rustico. Delicious. Probably the best carnitas I've ever had.
This torta is like one of the best things I've ever ate. We're leaving Tucson and we're headed north.
Today is mainly just going to be a driving day. We're hoping for some scenic views. So windy here today. We did a little bit more for Kevin's abandoned channel this morning, and now we're heading north out of Tucson into the Tonto National Forest. We're kind of going northeast, get up to Route 66, almost with the border of New Mexico, and it should be a pretty scenic drive. We've already encountered some snow, which is kind of crazy.
We've left the saguaro cactus behind and climbed up into the mountains of eastern Arizona. We've heard that the road from Globe to Sholo was supposed to be very scenic, so that's the way we're gonna head up. We've definitely gained quite a bit of elevation though, and just from looking on the map, this road looks pretty windy, so we'll see how it goes.
We are trying to make it to Holbrook, Arizona tonight, which is just outside of Petrified Forest National Park. It's only about an hour until it's going to be completely dark, so I don't know if we'll actually make it. Neither of us have been in this part of Arizona before, so we're just kind of exploring, but we've come across the Salt River Canyon, which is really cool. It kind of looks like a mini Grand Canyon actually, and the light is hitting it just right. It's very beautiful.
We spent last night in the town of Sholo, Arizona, and there's a lot of snow on the ground. We weren't really anticipating this. It was about 20 degrees when we got in. It's a little warmer this morning, which is nice.
I didn't plan this trip, so I had no idea we were coming to the higher elevations of Arizona where, guess what, it gets really cold. So I am not prepared for this kind of weather, guys. It's pretty though. So we've been road tripping throughout Arizona, and Chevy has been generous enough to lend us a car for the week. Now, we're not really officially working with them in any kind of paid capacity. We don't have to put anything up on Instagram or YouTube. So anything we tell you is going to be our honest review. We have the 2023 Blazer, which honestly has been really, really awesome. If I had the funds to buy a brand new car, I would consider buying this car. It has a ton of awesome features. It has all-wheel drive, which might be great for any icy roads, and lots of heated seats and features like that for me, which is really awesome. And we've just really enjoyed driving it around.
This car has like all the bells and whistles. It actually has a heated steering wheel. I don't think I've seen that in any other car, which is just incredible. Also, we got in the car this morning. It's cold outside, so they already put on the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. It just knows. This car has heated seats, but it also has ventilated seats. You can actually press a button and there's a fan that'll cool down your seat, which is incredible because Kelly thinks it's really funny to turn on the heated seat when I'm not paying attention. And then I'm like, why am I so hot? And it's because she's laughing right now because of it. I don't think it's funny, but she thinks it's hilarious. Another thing that's really neat is when you back up, it gives you like a 360 view from above of your vehicle.
Lots of different cameras.
Yeah, I don't know, I've never seen that before either, so.
And there's all these different views too that you can change it to.
One thing I don't like about it, it has a wireless charging port that you can just put your phone down here. So it doesn't work on my phone case, but it works on hers. So I guess that just depends on what kind of phone case you have. We left town and headed north to meet up with Route 66. Route 66 runs the whole way through Arizona, and it's pretty cool because you can drive Route 40 in between the towns and then just get off in every town and go explore the old sections of Route 66. So that's what we're gonna do for a little bit before we make our way to Petrified Forest National Park.
Made it to Petrified Forest National Park. I knew there were other national parks in Arizona, but I wasn't super familiar with them, so it's really cool that we're getting to see the other two, aside from Grand Canyon, of course. We're big fans of stopping at the visitor center because the park rangers always know what's up. They know the best places to go, so.
We found out in the visitor center that the drive through the park takes about 45 minutes and there's quite a few things that you can stop and see. Also for this trip, America the Beautiful Pass. 80 bucks and gets you 1 year's unlimited entry to all the national parks. Here it's $25 to go in. Most of them are 35 though, so this is the way to go.
That's a good one.
What's a good one?
I just saw a New Hampshire license plate. That's a good one.
Whenever Kelly goes on a road trip, she likes to play license plate bingo, which essentially is you gotta find all 50 states. Tractor trailers do not count, and national parks are great places to see license plates from other states. About halfway through the drive of the park, we've come to this area that's called Blue Mesa, which has some really, really unique formations. There's a little short 1 mile hiking loop that we just decided to go and check out.
Pretty interesting. I always love visiting a national park. He said the whole thing was paved, but he failed to mention these very, very steep hill at the end of the walk. So we're gonna get our cardio in right here. Okay, we're making one really quick last stop. We're at the south entrance to the park at a place called Rainbow Forest. Park closes strictly at 5:30, so we have about 10 minutes, but actually want to see the Petrified Forest, which is right behind the visitor center, so. All right, so that was a real quick stop. Now we gotta get the heck out of the park. And tonight we're staying in Holbrook, Arizona, which is just outside of the park. We just checked into our motel, not hotel, in Holbrook, Arizona. This place was actually the best rated and the cheapest. That never happens, and it's really clean. It looks like it's been updated. It's called the Green Tree Inn. We just booked a cheap motel on hotels.com, which I like hotels.com because of their rewards program. You know, I'm not paying for anything if I'm not getting something back for it. And we almost have enough stamps for a free night. But we're really hungry, and there's a restaurant that's right next to the property, so we're gonna go get some down-home Arizona cooking.
We spent the morning driving along Route 66 checking out some of the old buildings, and we've made our way to Winslow, Arizona. And I think we're gonna go and stand on a corner, because that's what you do in Winslow, Arizona.
If you don't know what song we're talking about, you should, because it's a great song.
One of the lines in the Eagles song Take It Easy. It says sitting on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. I think that's the main claim to fame of this town because they really do it up with the flatbed Ford. There's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford.
Slowing down and take a look at me.
We've been seeing signs for Navajo tacos for the last couple of days. If you've never had a Navajo taco before, essentially it's fried dough that they build a taco on top of, and it is absolutely delicious. So when we saw a sign for one, we had to stop and get one.
The first one we came across was in basically a Navajo truck stop, but you know what? I want it. Very heavy.
Yeah, good thing we're sharing one, right?
Yeah, right?
Wow.
That's huge.
Not bad for $6, huh?
Yeah, right?
We have reached the town of Williams, Arizona, which is along Route 66, and they have really done up the Route 66 vibes in this town. There's a ton of old motels and little Route 66 cafes. Definitely a cool stop, even if you just drive through, just to kind of see the nostalgia of Route 66. This town is also known as the gateway to the Grand Canyon, and normally we would head right up to the Grand Canyon and take a look, but it is President's Day weekend, and we anticipate the crowds to be absolutely insane. We've seen traffic reports of people sitting for a couple hours in traffic just to get to Grand Canyon. We've been there a couple times before, so we're gonna skip it this trip. But normally I would definitely swing by because we're only about 45 minutes away.
Throughout this trip, we've gone through a lot of rural parts of Arizona, so we've kind of been in and out of cell service, but one of the awesome things about this car is it's actually a Wi-Fi hotspot. And there's a normal plug in the back, so you could plug in your laptop, connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot, and pretty much just work out of this car, which is really nice. So when you lose cell service, you still have access to the Wi-Fi. Another fun feature of this car is if you are in reverse and a car comes behind you, depending on which side the car's on, the driver's seat buzzes under your butt. It scared me a lot the first time I felt it. Little bzz, vibration, woohoo, hey. Buy me dinner first, Chevy. We are almost into the very haunted town of Jerome, Arizona. We're just sort of driving through and exploring Jerome, Arizona. It's a little mining town just outside of Sedona. Great for a day trip if you're ever in the Sedona area for a vacation. It's kind of up on this crazy hill, but it's definitely a tourist attraction now. Lots of like galleries and cafes and historical mine stuff that you can look at. It definitely reminds me of Virginia City, which we made a video there a couple years ago in 2020, I think. I'll link it here so you guys can check that out. And we stayed at a haunted hotel when we were there. But I think we might walk around the town a little bit and then continue on down to Sedona, which is where we're going to be staying for the next 2 nights. We parked and we're walking around a little bit. Several places to do some wine tasting. It's pretty cute. A lot of hills. Oh boy, look at this guy. Would not want to be doing that on this road.
Saw a deep dish chocolate chip cookie. Couldn't resist.
This guy lives for his chocolate chip cookies, that's for dang sure. We walked by the saloon and we decided to stop in for a little cheeky drink. Turns out this is the oldest family-owned bar in Arizona.
We have made it to Sedona, Arizona. It's still the holiday weekend. There's a lot of people in town, but it's still extremely beautiful. And I think we're gonna go on a short hike to Bell Rock. Unfortunately, we didn't make it too far on that hike because it started raining. We just got alerts on our phone that there is a severe weather warning that's gonna be hitting this area of Arizona tonight and into tomorrow. We're gonna spend the night here in Sedona, and tomorrow we drive back to the airport. And tomorrow it looks like it's gonna be blizzard conditions, so we might be driving in the snow.
We're packing up to head back to Phoenix to fly home today. It's been Quite an interesting week in Arizona. I never thought I would see so much of the state, but I'm glad that I did. I think we're gonna be really sad to let go of the Chevy Blazer. It's been really good to us over the last week.
So we didn't really get any snow in Sedona, but it is much colder than it was yesterday, and there's a couple flurries in the air. I'd say it's about 37 degrees, as the thermometer in the car says.
I think it feels a lot colder than that. It's pretty cold.
I was kind of hoping to try this car out in the snow, but I guess we can't complain about clear roads.
We finally hit the winter weather that they were talking about. I guess where we were in Sedona was just a little island of nice weather. They had closed the road going north of Sedona. We have about an hour until we get to Phoenix. I will be interested to know if it's actually snowing in Phoenix. That would be different. I wonder if the airport can operate in that weather. I don't know. Who knows?
We're back at the airport and it is time to hop on a flight. Thanks so much to Chevy for giving us this awesome vehicle to try for the week. It was great.
And if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe because we have some really awesome travel adventures coming up in the future.
Until then, this is Kevin and Kelly from the Awkward Tourists.
Peace out.
We're actually going to Costa Rica to host a group trip through this YouTube channel, so it's really important that we get there.
Yeah, we need to get there. Probably should have bought tickets for this. So we just checked into our hotel and shut up.
So if you don't know the song that we're talking about, Take It Easy by the You gonna sneeze?
I don't think it's coming. Just saw a skeleton on a motorcycle, so that's cool. Yeah, Arizona. But I guess it's better for us to drive back to the airport with... What am I saying? I need more coffee.